GP14 Cruise Week 2024 was held in the beautiful location of Poole Harbour. This is on the south coast of the UK. Poole Yacht Club were our hosts for the week, and on arrival there was plenty of space to rig our boats and park our trailers. Every morning we delivered a briefing for the day's destination and route. Day 1 was a short sail from Poole Yacht Club to Rockley Point and back. This is the exit and entrance to Poole Yacht Club, quite narrow. Within a few minutes of being afloat, one of our fleet had suffered damage to their rudder. That was the end of their first day. Here we are at Rockley Point, having followed the narrow channel into the beach. We had lunch and then returned back to Poole Yacht Club. This is Super Goose. Yep, not a GP14, a Beneteau 21-7, but acting as mothership for the week. And here we are approaching the marina entrance again after our return back from Rockley Point. And in the shelter of the marina we had an easy exit onto the slipway. We washed the boats down every time we came out, and then we put them away. Day 2 and we sail from Poole Yacht Club to Shell Bay via the South Deep Channel. Lighter winds today and more sunshine, so should be a nice day for sailing. As usual, we would muster not far from the marina entrance until all boats were out and ready to set sail.
For a call, Marine, this is Super Goose ready to check over. my makeup on this morning, isn't it?
It's very lucky, yeah.
Beautiful day, Simon.
That's our destination ahead, Shell Bay. The winds were very light as we approached. The water wasn't very deep. Super Goose couldn't beach because of the draft, and so I went to collect them in Skismo.
It was just ran out, yeah. So I had to go a lot further up and then come in and the sign got my God.
And here we all are on the beach getting ready to have our lunches.
Oh, right.
We continued round Brownsea Island on the way back, passing Brownsea Castle. And you always have to watch out for passenger ferries here, it can get quite busy. Now we are approaching the small craft channel and we will follow that all the way round back to Poole Yacht Club. Day 3, and we start with the usual muster point before sailing on to the next muster point, which today is the far end of Blood Alley. I got a little distracted here by these lovely Cornish shrimpers. Very nice boats. We were soon on our way to Blood Alley. And this is our next major obstacle, the chain ferry. Safely past the chain ferry, I checked on everyone else in the fleet and we were all through, and now for the next waypoint. Today's sail takes us from Poole Yacht Club past Pottery Pier along Blood Alley and out past the chain ferry at Sandbanks. From there we go on past the training bank and out to Old Harry Rocks. After that, we were then heading for Studland Bay for some much needed lunch. After lunch, we started our way back to Poole Yacht Club. Now it was time to navigate round the chain ferry again. Tide pushing us towards it meant we had to get the timing right. But all was well, we all got through okay, no dramas. Now back on the main channel, or the small craft channel at least, back to Poole Yacht Club. We sailed a total of 14 nautical miles this day.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
And once more back in the safe haven of Poole Yacht Club.
We had to renew the insurance on our Jeep like the day before we came. And Tony had to look at a few different ones. It was interesting reading the small print of them all, not the small print, the terms. You know, some said, you know, is it ever left on the water overnight? And some said, is it left on the water overnight unattended? You're fine if you're sleeping on it, but might you walk away. Others was is it left on the water unattended? So nothing about overnight, but just, I thought, well, how does he stand then if you just pull it up onto a jetty and then pop into town for an hour or two?
Who's it with? What insurance?
We're now with...
So I had the same problem with GJW.
Yeah.
And it turns out that they didn't cover me because I do, you know, a lot of overnighters and things. And so, long story short, I said, well, this is what I want to be covered for, and they said we can't do it. So I went to Craftonshire, and I said, how do I get around this? And they said, well, you buy this standard policy, and then you email us and tell us what additional bits you want. So I said, well, it's going to be left unattended overnight, moored to a pontoon, between, say, March and October, or at any point between it. And they said, yeah, okay. And then they came back to me a few days later, said, right, give us an extra 30 quid or something, probably wasn't even that, and you're covered.
Brilliant.
So it's Craftonshire all the way for me.
Members use Craftonshire.
Yeah, they were very good, and yet the company I was with for ages just didn't seem interested in catering for me.
Yeah.
Day 4 was a slow start, little wind to start with, but it did fill in later. Our destination point ahead is the south shore of Brownsea Island. After a long lazy lunch, we followed the South Deep Channel back to Poole Yacht Club. One of our fleet went out again this evening with the club's dinghy cruise event. They went out for about an hour, and most of us felt we'd had enough sunshine for the day, so we stayed back at the Poole Yacht Club and enjoyed a relaxing evening with a barbecue. What a difference a day makes. Today the forecast was for rain in the morning and heavier rain in the afternoon. Overcast, a bit chilly. 4 of us went out and Super Goose joined us too. This is Glowworm, that's the name of the boat. They joined the fleet for the last 2 days of the cruise week. We revisited Rockley Point for lunch today. The wind was quite strong and a lee shore, which made sorting out my jammed centreboard all the more difficult. After lunch we went to explore the Wareham Channel. We got as far as the penultimate channel markers and decided to return to Poole Yacht Club as the diminishing visibility was becoming a concern. Last night we had our annual cruise week dinner at Poole Yacht Club, and today, our last day, we were invited to join Poole Yacht Club's dinghy cruise to Bramble Bush Bay. Thankfully, the sun came out to play too. Here we are approaching Bramble Bush Bay.
Alright, you can stay in. Should have a gentle landing here.
We all had lunch before returning to Poole Yacht Club for the last time this week. Some went the long way round via South Deep and others sailed directly back via Blood Alley. A huge thanks to Poole Yacht Club for hosting our annual cruise week. We had an amazing week with some great sailing. We will be back.